What up? What up, everybody? Welcome. Sorry, I'm just sitting there smiling for no reason at the screen. So I'm about to give you something to sign in with. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're talking about Google Gemini to win at life. AK Gemini is my BFF, my best friend forever. I'm going to pull up. Let me get you a sign-in slide. It's very important you sign in, especially if you're from Dawson. If you're with Dawson Co-op, you gotta get in on this. You gotta get in. What up? How y'all doing? Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. Salutations. Salutations. Sorry. What's this? You're about to see. Look at this. If I do, so I have a lot of presentations, but if I've never done them virtually, sometimes forget to toss this on there. But we got it now, boy. Got it now, boy. There you go. So I'm going to change this up. It is bit.ly/Gemini BFF. So there you go. You got the presentation. You rocking and rolling. Look at us. Cranking it out. Good job, everybody. Good work, class. Good work, team. This is what family, power, friendship. Back at it again with the white vines. Y'all remember that? That had a good run. Had a good run. What can you do? Again, I'm just cleaning up space. All right. So make sure you sign in. We're going to give about 5 to 7 minutes. Let everybody get signed in, get everybody rolling. Katie just said, Dawson people, just a reminder to please sign in. This is how you will receive credit in ESC Works. Sign in and sign out. You got to do both. Sign in right now with this code and sign out at the very end. I will actually toss the link. And Katie, if you want to pin this, put a pin in it and pin it to the top of the chat. I will copy it and toss it in there. Man, finally here. Finally here. Look at us. Back at it again with the white vines. Sign in here. Paste the link. Paste that link, bro. Gosh, copy and paste the link. My goodness. Give me that paste, bro. There we go. Sometimes you got to work it out. Just got to sign in. Sign in. Was that the right one? Is that sign in or sign out? Make sure. Make sure. Say it's a session check-in, bro. All right. It should be on there. The class. I thought I added it on there. It should be. It's not Gemini's my BFF. It's Google Gemini to win at life. Google Gemini to win at life. Sorry, because if you look for Gemini, it's off. Sorry. That's on me for changing the title because I like the way it sounds. That's on me, bro. That's on me, fam. So Google Gemini to win at life is the name of the official name. The working title is Gemini is my BFF. Gemini is my BFF. Man, hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're doing great. Hope everybody's having a great day. Everybody in the chat, what is your favorite thing you've done this summer? While everybody's signing in, I'm giving y'all time. I'm stalling, so you sign in the chat. What's your favorite thing you've done this summer? Throw it up in that chat. Throw it up in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Favorite thing you've done? Going to the lake. Jenna going to the lake. Hey, we all go. Is it Jenna? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Is it Jenny or Jenna? Jenna. Either way, we're all going to the lake. My girl Jay hosting us. You got the boat? We all get on the boat? Hawaii. Okay, never mind. Change of plans. We're going to Hawaii. We're going to take the lake, take the boat on the lake, drive to Hawaii. Louisville, Kentucky, great. Taking naps, classic. Love it. Always good. Beach days are great. Took a group of junior high students to Beta Nationals in Nashville. Oh, I love Nashville. Best place in Nashville. Shelly, what you got? My favorite, I love Barista Parlor, but they just quit doing food. And I talked to the guy that owned it, and he was like, it's a coffee place. I used to do the best food, but he said it was just too expensive. Let's see. Crime series on Netflix. We got a mission trip. My oldest son, is actually in San Antonio right now. He is at FBLA Nationals. So shout out to them, my boys. Shout out to them, my boys. So, man, a lot of good stuff happened this summer. Make sure you get signed in real quick. If you're just joining us, we are chatting. We are building community as we wait on everybody to get signed in, because it's really important. You have a sign-in documentation and a sign-out documentation. So keep in mind, you got to have both. So have both. Spending time with family, a lot of family time. That's great. We got 4 students. Della's got 4 students competing there also. Well, I'm not going to lie. I wish y'all the best, but if it comes down to them or my kid, I hope my kid wins. Just going to say it. It's being selfish. Everybody wins, but also some people win more. There you go. So there you go. Reading and house projects. Love it. Got back from Badlands in Wyoming. Let's go. Okay. Badlands. That was a show. Wasn't it? Wasn't that a show? Badlands. I think it was a show. It came on after Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad and Badlands, but they weren't affiliated. Just same company, same show, same place. Okay, sweet. Everybody feel good? Y'all feel good to get started? We got 3 hours. 3 hours, you guys, of Google Gemini. I was going to kind of give you guys a rundown, if you will, of kind of what we want today. I would love, here's what we got. Because if you've been with me, a lot of you guys that you do, these work for you, these virtuals, it's a good way for you to knock out your trainings. And so you've done a couple. The first day, we had the switch up, and then you guys kind of leaned into gyms, which we're going to talk about, but leaned into gyms. And so I kind of went heavy on gyms that day. But I want to know, pretty much, I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff utilizing Gemini. Some stuff I've probably shown you before, some stuff I haven't. But as I go through this does not have to be the Tyler show. Granted, it has to be me talking because I'm the only face on here. But you guys can dictate the agenda. That's the best way to say it. You guys have my full permission to dictate the agenda for today. So if you care to talk about one thing more than another, after we get rolling and I show you a couple of the basics, you can choose. We could literally, if you wanted the last hour and a half, if y'all wanted, we could just create gyms for every single one of you and then toss them up. Like, we can do whatever you guys want, because my number one goal is that you walk out of here with something you can use, at least one thing. Because in the chat, how many hours of PD have you done where you walk out and you never use any of it? My goal is that you get, at this 3-hour PD, you walk out with at least one thing you can use in the future. That's my goal. And so the best thing to help make that happen is to tell me what you need. Talk to me, be conversational, and talk to me about what you need. Because I'm going to start crowdsourcing when we start building gyms as examples, but I'm also going to make those gyms available to anybody that wants them. And so if you want a gym exactly tailored to what you want, just be active in the chat. And don't be the teacher that when I was tech director, we'd have teachers that be like, my smart board bulb's been out for 8 months and y'all ain't fixed it. And I was like, well, have you put in a request? You told anybody? I told the teacher next door. And I'm like, well, they don't work for the tech department. You have to tell me what you want, or else you're not allowed to be upset if you don't get what you want. Okay? That's the rule. If I can't deliver on what you want, then fine. You got me. All right, your money back. But everybody else, we're gonna roll. Okay, I think 8 minutes is plenty of time. I think y'all are good. Sign in. If anybody checks in late, make sure you sign in. All right. Okay, so here we go. Nathan said, I'm a history teacher. Can you show us how to take boring old historical paintings, AI them into Harry Potter type gifts? Absolutely, I can. Don't let me forget, okay? I've spent over 60 hours in total over the years where the PD was almost useless. See, that's no good. We don't want that. I want to know what tools in Gemini are useful for instructional facilitators. Della, I will tell you this. As a facilitator, you can take almost anything a teacher has and then build anything you want out of it. Okay? Tell me what you want, what you really want. Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want to really, really, really learn Gemini right now. I nailed it first try. We don't have Gemini at our school. What do you suggest for us? Ooh, Julia. So are you a Google school? If you're a Google school and you don't, is it blocked on your account? I think you can. Okay, so if you're a Google school, start a new tab and go to gemini.google.com. And you should get access unless they block it for teachers. If that's the case, for the purposes of today and the future, I would recommend that you go in and you create you use your personal Gmail account to use Gemini. Okay. All right. Hey, Meredith, I got you. I got you, fam. We're going to give you as much as we can. We're going to go from starting as basic as just like prompts I use with students, and then all the way up to like creating gyms, notebook LM, all that. Okay. Grading, feedback, and recently started Gemini since you first mentioned it last 3 or 4 PDs back. Okay, sweet. Good. So we know we need. Let's do it. So some of these might be redundant. If it is, I'm sorry, but the more active you are in the chat, the better it is to guide this conversation. In case you don't know any of my stuff, I was a high school math teacher. I was a tech director / facilitator. I was a principal. I was at central office, director of curriculum instruction. I was a dean of a college, and now I get the chance to work with the college that I was with. I get to oversee that, certificate programs, training staff, and I also get to just honestly, this is the only 2 virtuals I have. All my other stuff is like in person. So I get to travel, do conferences, trainings at schools, speaking stuff. Like I get to do that at a bunch of stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm speaking in Arkansas. If y'all are in Arkansas, I got a promo code. I'll give y'all. Remind me at the end if you want to go. I've got 2 Gemini. It'll be like this, but 6 hours and in person. If you need to knock out 6 more hours, I'll give you a free code for you and any teacher in your school to go to for free if you want. Just remind me at the end, and I'll give y'all a free code on that. If it ever feels delayed or it doesn't feel like I'm responding to your comments, just hit refresh and scrub forward. It means that maybe you paused it or it started late and you're not with me in real time. You might be delayed by a couple minutes, so keep that in mind. So any Hooskies, if you want access, I'm doing 1 training in Bryant, Arkansas next month, and I'm doing 1 training in Siloam Springs in Northwest Arkansas. So if you want to go to either of those, holla at your boy. Just tell me at the end of the thing and I'll give you the free promo code and I'll give you the links. All y'all can go for free because you're a part of this. And so I appreciate you guys. Here we go. So if at any point I refer to my resources or my templates, they are all on my website, which is tarveracademy.com. tarveracademy.com. If you go to tarveracademy.com, that's what's up. tarveracademy.com, put in your email address, you will get access. Send me free stuff. Put your email in, send me free stuff. I'm going to send you access. Like I'll send you an email with a link to it, but then also I will give you direct access to this website. This page has every time I show y'all a gym or a GPT today, what would be gyms? Because it's Gemini. When I show you a gym today, it's on here. This has all my free templates, lesson plans, ChatGPT tools, video resources, back to school, discipline, Google, Canva. I need to expand that a little bit. Instructional stuff, administration, organization, classroom headers, notebook LMs, which we'll talk about today, Chrome extensions, gyms and GPTs, and then state testing prep, gyms and GPTs. So I made these for all these schools. Man. Spam be hitting me up. Chill out, spam. I don't want you. Bye. Make sure I didn't answer that. Do y'all ever like accidentally like fear that you're going to answer some random call and then be recorded and put on TikTok? So there you go. That is my free resources. tarveracademy.com. Put it in. You're good to go. Okie dokie. So let's jump in. For the love of all things, I already talked about this a little. Let's be interactive. Okay. Ideally, this is a workshop, not a talkie. You're not sitting here at a performance art piece, okay? I'm not sitting here like the sun, sky, wind. I'm not doing that, all right? Yes, I'll be a little animated. Yes, my voice will start going out because I yell and I talk too loud. That's on me, fam. You ideally have this open, but then you have another tab on your computer where you are trying this. You're typing it in. Anytime I do a prompt or I try something or I'm using a gym, you're using it as well. You are practicing. You're seeing what it looks like on your end, okay? So try the things that we're doing, and if you find a way to improve it or make it better, or you notice something, put it in the comments. Because here's the deal. I know a little bit about using Gemini and all these tools. Together, We are much more knowledgeable about this. So like you're going to come at it from a different perspective, different angle. Share that with the class. How much do you love it? It's great when you're teaching and you're on fire and you're just like, bam, 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 they're learning. But then when a student says, well, what about this? Or what if you do this? Or, hey, I tried this and this worked. That's the best feeling in the world as a teacher when your students become part of the classroom. It's our class, not my class as the teacher. So drop in the comments anytime you think of something or try something, okay? Anytime you drop questions in, I'll respond live unless you're watching this video later on my Tarver Academy honor roll. Shout out tarveracademy.com/honor roll. By the way, I'm working out a thing. If you want your whole school to get access to all 200 plus hours of trainings at any time, I'm working on school access. Just hit me up in the email. I'll send you the link. I don't think it's gone live yet, but anyway, think of this as like a hands-on lab, okay? Not just a presentation, not just me chit-chatting. It's a hands-on lab. In the comments, y'all ready? Let's start with this. What is one task that takes up too much of your time each week? In the comments, what is one task that takes up too much of your time each week? Throw it in the comments, okay? Throw it in the comments. That'll help me figure out. And as we knock out stuff over the next few hours, I can start trying to chip away at those things that eat up your time. Because that's the one thing, like that's one of my core values is trying to save teachers time. Data, emails, and oh my gosh. Can you reset my password? Taking data and putting it in easy to read data of the principal and teacher. Oh, you can do that. We got you, Suzanne. Slides for the day, sped paperwork, emails, lesson plans, all these things. You notice the variety of stuff that eats away at our time? It's a lot of different stuff, okay? Taking assignment ideas and making them into the format that I want them to be. Planning activities. Okay, I'm going to try to help y'all with literally every single one of those things. And I think for a lot of you guys, Brisk can do it, which I talk about too much. But then for a lot of you guys, I think we can make some custom gyms. And so maybe at the end, we can do a lot of gym creation. Okay, so real quick. So I know where everybody's coming from. All right, so everybody's levels. Drop a number in the comments right now. A 1, so like 1 to 5. 1 means you've never used AI tools at all before. 5 means you feel pretty confident. I think I can rock with most AI stuff. I use it all the time. So give me a 1 to 5. I want to see where everybody's starting from. Okay, right in the middle. 3. Okay, doing good. Drop in where you at. Where's it, chat? Cook 'em, chat. Oh, okay. So we got people all over. Like so you know this from a teacher perspective. I'm going to try to weave in and out of those from beginner to advanced. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay there. I'll probably mostly stay in the 3 zone, but I'll bounce up to 5 and I'll bounce down to 1. Okay, so that's my goal. Okay. Again, some of this, if you've been in my other trainings, it's a little redundant, but I don't think it hurts to try these things out. So this next feature, so let's go to Gmail. And again, let me hide my email. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, people. Oh, don't look. Don't look. Okay. So from here, I'm going to compose an email. Gemini is built in to your Gmail account. Gemini is owned by the same people that own Gmail. Here's the only time you would not be able to see that is that if A, your school doesn't pay for that level of access. Like there are tiers to Google for Education. So they don't pay for that, which is fine. It's whatever, no judgment. The judgment occurs on option B. If you don't see this little pin in your Gmail and your school pays for that level, it means that they still have it blocked for teachers. You need to request, talk to your tech person, say, hey, can you turn on Gmail or can you turn on Gemini within Gmail, please? If you can, dope. Chef's kiss. Let's go. Okay. So from here, let's say I want to write an email. Once you have Gemini turned on, I can just talk to it or type to it if you don't have talk to text. Please write an email to the parents of Johnny Johnson. He got in trouble again today because he slapped a kid, period. He's been a nuisance pretty bad all week, period. I've tried calling home and it's been disconnected. I would like to request a meeting with the parents and the kid and the principal. And I want us to figure out a plan going forward that helps this kid get better and figure out what's going on, period. This family, when I do talk to them at parent-teacher conferences, they're usually pretty contentious and they blame me and say that I'm out to get their kid, which is not true, period. Could you do me a favor and write a nice email that is friendly, upbeat, and poses it like we're on the same team? Do it like Chris Voss, the negotiation expert and author of Never Split the Difference, period. Do it to where they feel like I'm on their side and I'm trying to figure this out with them, period. Also, subtly give them ways that they could be better parents. Don't do that. But I'm just talking. I hit enter. It's going to build the first draft of my email. First draft, not final draft. First draft, not final draft. Okay? Hey, I'm reaching out, but a little concerned about make sure everything on our end. Set up Johnny for success. Seems like he's had a really tough week. And after a physical altercation with another student, feels like we're at the point where we need to huddle up. Oh, look at that. Teamwork. It helps build out those emails. Now, here's the cool thing. Same thing for, let's see, Starbucks. I usually get stuff from Starbucks. Okay? Once you have this turned on, one of the cool things is, okay, so celebrate Father's Day. Here's the perfect gift, blah, blah, blah. When I hit reply, I can use it to formulate a reply to emails. Actually, let's do this better. We can do this better. I'm going to write an email. Hold on, pause. I'm going to write an email to this email account. Tyler Kid. Let's say, what's something in the chat? What is something, an email you might get from parents or other students that you have to answer? Give me something, an example of something you might have to get. What's an email from, or it could be like your boss, your principal, a student, a parent, a principal. Give me something that you'd be like, I got to write a 3-paragraph email reply to this. What is something you might have to reply to if they reach out to you? Let me know in the comments. What's something? And then we're going to build out an email reply. Missing assignments. Why is my kid's grade so low in your class? I think those are related. Okay. So why am I? Okay. Oh, sorry. I sent it to myself on the other account. I'm on my burner account. I'm gonna send an email. Let's see. Try that again. I was like, why did I just get that email in my burner account? Okay, here we go. Let's bounce into my email. Try not to show you my emails. Waiting on my email to come through. Y'all are doing great. Okay, here it is. My email just came through. I checked it. All right, here we go. Boom. So I just got this email from a parent. They said, why is my kid's grade so low in your class? I'm going to hit reply. I'm going to hit the pin. Sometimes we need the Lord to take this from us. We don't need to answer this. So we need someone else to help guide us so that we don't get irritated, because the reason their kid's grade is so low is because they don't turn in any assignments, period. That helps for grading stuff. I can give them points if they actually do the work. The kid is not doing the work all the time. And so please write an email letting them know that they can still make up their assignments and get partial credit, but they got to do something. The kid just sits there and stares at me and I don't know what to do. I will take any suggestions and I want the kid to be successful. So please offer suggestions that make both of us feel like we're on the same team working towards helping this kid. Okay. So I just told it the situation, hit enter. It's going to read my previous email and reply to it. Read and reply. Boop. Hey, the main reason the grade is so low right now is because several missing assignments. It's tough to get points when there isn't any work to grade. I really want, look, emoji. We even got an emoji. Look at that beautiful emoji. I love emojis. How many people in the chat, how many people ever said, I will never be one of those emoji people 10 years ago, and now you send emojis with every single text? That's me. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to send a little smiley face. But now I literally do emojis with everything. Everything. Can't help it. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records. So love it. So it'll read and reply to our emails. And so like watch this. Where are you at? Let's pretend I got an email from my principal. So here's an email I used to get from my principal. Please send me your max teaching strategies that you're utilizing this week in your Algebra 1 class. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I get that. And then I'll click in. So this is one that I used to get when I was teaching. We, at my old school, we started doing max teaching strategies. And so like every week, my principal would email me like, what max teaching strategy are you going to use? And I always had, what was it? There's like one section on one page, it was like page like 51, that they would do math, max teaching strategy. It was the only page that was related to math specifically. And so I would always reply with page 51, page 51. Like every time he emailed me, I'd be like, page 51, because it was the only one. It was the only one they used. It was the only one they used. Let me make sure I sent that to myself. Nope. I did it again. There we go. Okay, we sent. Okay, make sure that came through, and I'm going to reply. There we go. I even spelled max teaching strategies wrong. So let's say I got another email. Boom. This is from my principal. Please send me your max teaching strategies. I'm teaching on solving multi-step equations. So can you figure out what max teaching strategy that relates to and give me a full reply, professional and cordial, to my principal. We got it. It's going to generate, and it can pull from anything on the internet. Look, I'm diving into this. Here it is. Here's a quick breakdown. Interactive scavenger hunt, math domination challenges, simplification first. We're also connecting to real world scenarios, like budgeting, to show them why behind the math. This is one of those replies. Now, if you don't have Gemini turned on, what is a max teaching strategy? Honestly, I still don't even know. It was like this random book that we had that was called Max Teaching Strategies. And we read it as a school, and so we had to do those. I have no clue. And emojis do save lives. Thank you, Meredith. And what's y'all? Okay, in the comments, we have to do this. We have to. We didn't do this. We didn't choose this life. This life chose us. In the comments, give me your favorite emoji you use the most. Give me your number one emoji, and I'll throw mine in there as well. What is your number one emoji you use as a human? I use this one all the time. Praise hands, baby. I use them praise hands all the time. That's my number one emoji that I'll use, is the praise hands. I'll be like, yeah, that's good. Or, oh, let's go. LeBron to the Warriors. Oh, praise hands. Ja finally got traded. Praise hands. Face palm. I use face palm all the time. Melting head. That's a solid one. These are all good. See, this is what it should be. I'll tell you this. I am probably the only summer PD you're going to go to where they're asking for your favorite emoji. Try me. Try me. But don't tell your principal this is all we did today, okay? Don't tell them that. They'll never have me back. Hey, have me come speak at your school. What up? Back to school week. I'll come do the keynote. I give away $100. That's a true story. I do that. All right, here we go. Okay. Next up. All right, so we talked about it within the scope of Gmail. So now, once that gets started, and again, you could go to Gemini and you could copy paste and do that, but within the scope, doc.new, by the way, is how to create a new doc. Somebody, you said you were asking your PD a couple weeks ago to do the sprinkler dance. Are you talking about that thing? No, this is the thing that kids do now. I hope it's not inappropriate, but I'm pretty sure kids do that now. But yeah, so here we go. So now they're incorporating Gemini directly into Google Docs. So what you can do is you can go in and say, please create a lesson plan for a 45-minute class for 10th grade geometry talking about polygons, period. This is for the state of Arkansas, so please relate it to Arkansas state standards. Make it very engagement heavy. Like I want to be highly engaging. I do got to teach them the key terms and all that stuff. But if you can come up with like some activities or games, and then also we really like personal discussion questions where it's like I can ask them stuff and how to relate it to things they'll use in real life. So it doesn't feel like a waste of their time. Can you please create that lesson plan, period? And again, I'm still in Docs. You could go to Gemini and copy paste, but honestly, like, look at this. It's connecting. That's one thing I love about Gemini is that it connects to my Gmail, my Docs, my Sheets, my Slides, all of that. So it's designing the lesson details and it's pulling from all of my stuff. Boom. Geometric mastery, polygons, and real world logic. 5th grade geometry. We got the Arkansas standards attached. Look at, oh, turn off the voice. Learning objectives. Look at this. Even did a little club. Look at this. 5 minutes. Class flow and schedule. That is Gemini. Oh, we could probably do that. The why discussion, direct instruction, engagement activities, key terms and content, materials and differentiation, assessment, and reflection. This is incredible. Look at this. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So Shelly said, I would love a tutorial on how to use Gemini for Google Sheets. You know what? I told you guys that I have a presentation, but if you guys want to learn a certain thing, that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to roll over into that. So let's say I want to do, we're going to go to Gemini. So gemini.google.com. And I'm trying to do a tutorial on Google Sheets and how to incorporate Gemini for teachers, period. Gemini using Google Sheets. You know what I mean, period. Can you please create me a sheet in table format of 10 students from Hogwarts schools? And then like a breakdown of like grades and different stuff from something you might teach over a 4-week class period where you're trying to teach those students about American history because they live in Britain and they need to learn about the American history because America, 250-year anniversary, period. Can you please create an example spreadsheet of data that I can then have Gemini look at as a tutorial, period. So I want to show you Gemini in Google Sheets, but to do that, or let's see, hold on, sorry. I'm going to get to that question in a sec, Caitlin. Good question. If anybody has an answer, y'all can answer Caitlin. So I'm having it create a fake Google Sheet. That way I can use it as an example. So I do that all the time. When I need something, used to, you'd have to like type in a bunch of random stuff. But now, here we go. So how do you use this in your tutorial? I'm going to open directly in Sheets. Then I'm going to export to, can I just open it? There we go. So now I'm in Sheets. Where are we at? Okay, so it actually gave us like some examples of how we can use this. So analyzing trends, automating student feedback, and then curriculum adjustment. Not bad. So let's see how we might use it. You guys, I recommend if you do not have a digital way that you're tracking like student, like what you're teaching, like your lesson plans, your pacing guides, I highly recommend this year you build that into a digital version. If it's paper, I love paper. I have a notebook right here. Love it. That's what all my stuff's on. My daily stuff is on a notebook. If you do not have a digital way to track what you're teaching, you've got to convert that because you can do so much of what I'm about to show you utilizing like all that data stuff. Like you can use what their grades are and what they got and then throw that into maybe, or like you can use your pacing guide and you can upload it, and then you can upload your like, what is it, Atlas test scores. And you can be like, hey, analyze how my students did on the Atlas test. Why do you think they did well? And look at my pacing guide for reference on what we taught. Boom, it's going to give you a full analysis. It'll take that data and then synthesize it and then give you results based on that. And you could be even like, hey, what are some areas my students overperformed and then underperformed? How can I adjust my schedule? What did I teach them that ended up not being necessary for the Atlas? Help me clean that up. So keep that in mind. Now, right here, I'm going to clean up this form in the way that I always clean up forms. So I'm going to wrap that text. Boop. We're going to go a little bit over here, clean that up. And then I'm going to freeze my header and then my names. I always do this. So freeze the header and then freeze the names. That way those names stay there and I can find them. I'm going to clear out all this extra gook. There we go. Delete those columns. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. I'm going to also highlight this. Let's see. Boom. Okay. So we have names. I like how they made Hermione Granger have like all 100s except for like a 98. That's incredible. Then it's got their Gemini teacher comments. Now, the question was, how can I use Gemini for Google Sheets? From this, you can use, you see that? once Gemini gets put in, you can actually say, summarize this data, and it'll give you a full summary. And it's like it's like you have an instructional facilitator that is just an expert at data analysis, and they're literally breaking down, and you can just bounce back and forth, have a conversation with them about it. So it's looking and it's analyzing every student's grades, all of the assignments, everything. And then it's going to break down and tell me what it thinks of that information. So let's see. Key takeaways. Look at this. Hogwarts U.S. Bicentennial final grades by student. Cedric, Cho, look at Hermione, killing it. Luna, Ravenclaw, she's smart. Harry, who did, Ron Weasley. Ron did not do well. He needs to stay focused. There we go. Average final grades by house. Key takeaways. Top performers, Granger. Absolutely. Strong contenders were Luna and Cedric. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff lead the house standings. And it does the full breakdown. And then I could just be like, based on the areas the students underperformed, what is a lesson I could insert between that and the next lesson to help them get their grades up? If you can make it engaging, that'd be great. But I really want to try to help fill in the gaps of what they're not learning, period. And so after that, it literally just becomes a conversation. You said, is this 3.5 Pro? I don't know, maybe. Let me look. I think I can see that. It is, where is it? It's 3.5 flash. No, it's 3.1 Pro, 3.1 flashlight. So this is 3.5 flash. And then I can choose the thinking level. So I don't know if that's normal or not, but I do know there was a bar at the top that said don't share this with anybody. So don't tell anybody I did this. So here it is. It's got my thoughts, average grades by topic. Based on the analysis, the students underperformed the most during week 2, U.S. Constitution essay, as shown by there, key data insights and gaps. I mean, it's literally like having an expert data analyst right there. And that's why I'm telling you guys, if you can build a sheet or a doc or something pacing out your year or your semester, your 9 weeks, you could dump that in here and do that and like have it break it down. Now, let's say you don't have the option for Gemini inside of there. That's fine. You can go back here. You can go to new chat. I teach high school history and I have my students' grades, period. Can you give me some thoughts on how to best group the students based on their grades if we do group projects? I don't want to be where like one kid does all the work. I want them to work together and perform, at similar, levels. How should I do the groups if I wanted groups of 3? ? Here are their scores. And then I can attach the files from Drive. No, I just want to go to Drive. You are Drive. There it is, Drive. Recent, Hogwarts, insert, and I can attach that in there. Yes, it's so useful for data. Like, here's the deal, because I'll be honest, you guys, and you think, oh, I'm not good at data, but everybody else gets it. No, they don't. 98%, I've worked at every level. 98% of people do not know how to read the data. Okay. If any math teachers in here, that's true. You know that whenever y'all work on that data, they sit there and like, this is one of the best ways you can utilize this to help guide what you're trying to do. Oh, no, don't be an error. Yes, please retry. Okay, so here we go. It's breaking it down. Here are the grades sorted by final grade. Similar grouping level strategy. Boom. So one of them, it can put these 3 all are the top performers. Solid middle, Draco, Harry, and Cho. Wow, quite the combo. Group 3, the developing tier, Neville, Susan, and Pansy. Handling the 10th student, Ron. It's like, what do we do with Ron? Okay. You know what? I'd prefer mixed ability. So we can switch it up. Instead of tiering them based on how they're doing, let's mix it up. So we get the analytical powerhouse. We got Hermione, Susan, and Pansy. So top, mid, and growth. I like how they didn't even say lower tier. They said growth tier. It's very, very kind, Gemini. Pro tip, prevent one kid doing all the work. In the mixed ability format, protect your high achievers, empower them by your growing students by utilizing group work contracts before they even type a single word. Yes, absolutely. Great for small groups. Create small groups. You could tell them, and you can do it based on interests. Like, what are your interests? And then you kind of split them out, and then you can kind of gear it towards that. That's the great thing about utilizing this tool is like you can actually differentiate based on how students are doing. So great question. Great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. I got to do a 2-minute break because, water. And so what I want you to do is I want you to pick one of these prompts, and I want you to try this prompt on your own. So pick any of these prompts. If it's got a blank, you fill in the blank with something you teach and try it. And then I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which one you tried and what your thoughts are. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Go. All right, you're trying out prompts on your own. These are prompts for students. Try one out, throw it in there, and tell me what you think. Give me in the comments, what do you think? Which prompt did you use, and what are your thoughts on it? Toss it in there. Toss it in the chat, baby. Okay, while you're trying some on your own, I'm going to try some of my favorite. I'm going to show you some of my favorites, okay? So if there's any elementary teachers, if you're any elementary teachers in here, can you please tell me something you might teach your students in the chat? What is something like a character development skill that you might teach your younger students? K1, 2, 3. Throw that in the chat. I know a lot about prompt is a good, hold on, let me see. I know a lot about blank, fill in blank. Prompt is good for relating content to student interest. Absolutely. It's one of my favorites. It'd be great for debates and discussions at high school. Yes. I know a lot about anime related to students in order to help them understand coming up with creative writing journal time. Oh, how to relate Harry Potter to the ACOTAR books. I don't know ACOTAR. Is that abbreviation for something? Character changing throughout the story. Yes. Okay, so let's say we want to teach our students about, I teach kindergartners and they are really into this like K-pop Demon Hunter stuff, period. Can you please create a short story that would connect with them in the style of that show? And it's about a singing and dancing giraffe named Jerry who wants to be a better friend and work harder at school so that they can become the best giraffe he can be, period. Please do this in the tone and style of Dr. Seuss. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite prompts, especially for younger kids, is you can have it create a story from nothing. Okay, so take it. And again, I was doing the style of, on the high-flying K-pop demon beat stage lived a spotted giraffe who was quite the new rage. His name was Jerry, the pop star giraffe with a neon pink scarf and a rock and roll laugh. See? Battle of the classroom. But one sunny morning in kindergarten room 3, Jerry was tired, as tired could be. He didn't pay attention. He didn't try hard. He scribbled his alphabet card in the yard. When his friends asked to share, Jerry said, "No, I will not. I'm too cool for school. Look at how much fame I've got. We have this entire lesson. Now, please create an image so my students can get a picture of what this looks like, what this character in the story looks like. Okay, so I asked it for an image so we can have a picture of Jerry. And you can make a school class mascot. Like, what I always recommend is have your students help build this out. Have your students, like, anytime, if we were in person, I'd be like, hey, name this, or tell me this, or look at this. It made this giraffe. K-pop Demon Hunters, look at the jacket. Amazing. What's that say? Work hard and be friendly. Study hard to shine bright. It made a teacher out of it, which is cool. Okay. Now, please create a short video of Jerry the giraffe giving advice to my class personally on why they should be kind to others and work hard. So even in here now, we've got the image, and then we can go in and create a video as well. So it should take a second to do it, but it's going to create a video. Now, I don't know what level this is at, and I know I told y'all earlier, if you were in the first session, if you can't create video inside Gemini, go to vids.google.com and you can create AI videos in here. So like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this. Let me see. Let me export this. Download as MP4. So I could export that straight to YouTube if I wanted. That's crazy. So it's downloading this video, short video, done. And I think I can play this for y'all. 1 second. Hey, what's up? How y'all living? Present. We're going to add video file. This was all made in Google Vids. So vids.google.com is what this was made in.
Talk. This declaration is the vibe shift. We're securing the bag, life, liberty. It's giving founding fustle, absolute W for the colonies.
That made it sound like he said the S word, but I think it said vibe shift. S-H-I-F-T, just so y'all are aware. Okay. So because Nathan asked, how much does it cost to have this ability? I don't know. I get the Google thing for free because I'm in like their tester group. But I'm telling you, go to Google Vids. Google Vids is free, and they're trying to roll out the AI side of it because they really want people to use Google Vids. Speaking of, I need to make a video on Google Vids video. I'm going to make that because it is so underrated and being used. So yeah, it's pretty great. So Google Vids, and you can go in and edit and create stuff straight through there. And then you can also do avatars. So like my kid, he was in 3rd grade last year, and he made it to where this avatar is talking about how great he is at football. And so you can actually pick a face, like an avatar, and you can choose, like he said this, be nice to Fennec. His name's Fennec Tarver, because he is the GOAT at football, and his nickname is Choo Choo, and he gets all the girls, even me. I didn't read that yet, but apparently my son wanted her to say this. And I don't know if you can hear that or not, but she says it, and that's on brand. Okay, so we have our video. So this is the video it made. Wow, look at the clarity of this thing. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So I'll play it for you guys so you guys can see it. This is the video we made about Jerry the giraffe a second ago. Let's see, remove that. Let me add it in.
Hello to the class. Jerry here. You must always remember to be kind. Work hard at school. Shine bright.
Not bad. Not bad. And you can go in and you can add, like, what I would love, I think is great, is you could do this. So, okay, how about this? So let's say I wanted to do an activity with my students where they made a full movie of this story, period. Can you break it up to where I could like split up a class of like 7 groups of students, period, 3 students in each group, and then give each group clear instructions of different prompts and things they can use to do their part of the story, ? Can you build out that for me? And then I can hand that out to them and they can create it, and then we can put them all together into one video. that is one seamless movie. Period. I'd like for it to be cohesive so it makes sense, but also give them a little bit of creative freedom where possible. Period. So let's say you build this whole story with your students and then you want them, like, because that only does, I think it only does like 8 to 10 seconds max. But you can go in group 1, intro in the stage. So they would do this and they create that video. Group 2, boom. Group 3, boom. 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's splitting it up for us. Could I have done this? Yes. But it's also a lot quicker and a lot more organized if that does it. So super great. I love that one. In the chat, could you see yourself using it for something like that? Or if not, what variation of that could you see yourself using it for? Let me know in the chat. Okay, sweet. All right. Now let's do another one. Create a song about blank to the tune of blank. This is one of my favorites. In the chat, I want somebody give me a famous song, and then someone else give me something that you would teach about in the grade level. So give me something you would teach about, and then somebody else give me a song. So y'all throw that in there, and the first two I see, I'm just going to snag those. So something you teach about. Toss it in, toss it in. Okay, so Bohemian Rhapsody. I teach 9th grade history, and I want to teach my students about the life and presidency of Ronald Reagan, period. Can you please write the lyrics to a song to the tune of Bohemian Rhapsody so that they can help remember and learn about everything they need to know with relation to Ronald Reagan? Okay, so great job. Thank you guys for the input. So actually, I think it might actually be making songs, because I know Gemini can actually make music now. I heard that. I haven't done it yet, but it might be doing it on accident. I was just trying to get a script, like a, not script, but lyrics, if you will. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. It actually made the song. I don't think it made it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to download. Okay, so I'll do it so you guys can see it. So we'll play it in here.
From silver screens to a different stage, an actor's timing turned a new world page. I called on supply side Reaganomics, a new morning breaking through the cosmics. We won the Cold War with strong diplomacy, a new era of hope for all to see.
Okay, not bad. I didn't give it a lot to work with, but it still created it. Somebody said it created a song complete with vocals for you to Mary Had a Little Lamb, and gave a recording about it. And he said that was not to the tune of no, it was not. No, they took some liberties. So one of the things that Gemini is very aware of is copyright issues. And so sometimes it will not do something because it's trying not to break copyright laws. So respect the game, but also make what I want. It's for the kids. It's not illegal if it's for kids. Oh yeah, Suno is another app that is very similar to this. It can make songs like this as well. So I know a lot of musicians who are using Suno, whereas they would have put like one album a year, they're putting out like one album every like month or two now. And so here's the cool thing. I could just say this. Let me do a new one. I'm trying to learn and teach my students about Napoleon. I teach 11th grade history, and they are trying to learn about why he was significant, themes, dates, fights, battles, everything from his life, period. Can you create the lyrics to a song? Don't actually create the song, but the lyrics to a song to the tune of Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby, period. I want them to be able to memorize all the stuff they need to remember while they do it to that tune. Okay, so this one I was clear because I said it earlier and it just like created the whole thing. I want to create the lyrics. Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Nappy ice, nappy ice. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Napoleon's back with a brand new ambition. Europe's grabbed a hold of me tightly, fighting in the battles daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? No, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll put on a show. To the stream, rock the crown like a vandal. Light a stage, wax a nation like a candle. Oh, France, babe, bony, nappy ice. I don't know all that. Now that the party is jumping, the revolution's got the bass drum pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. 1799, the power I'm taking. Coupe of Brumaire. I can't speak. Burning them if they ain't quick and nimble. Ooh, terrible. So there we go. We just built that out. The cool thing is, while some of your class might know Ice Ice Baby, as they should, you could have one group do that, another group pick Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, another group could pick Drake, whatever his new album is, Iceman. You can do whatever you want, and you can change it up. That's the cool thing is, oh, you can't see my screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Ain't nobody gonna say it. You're like, Tyler, show the screen, bro. There it is. So I had it create lyrics, and then you can find the instrumental and have your students make a song to it. And so they could put that on there. They can do the voiceover. They could do this and then go in and create. Nope, not that. What did I just hit? Okay. They could go in here, create. Let's do templates, private chef, and start all scenes stuff. Why did I pick that again on accident? All right, so let's go to VO. And then you could be like, all right, you're going to create a video. Let's see. I'm going to take this chunk right here. I'm going to start fresh. I want a new one. Leave. Start blank. So I have my students go in. And then I can have them create from scratch. Please create a rap style video of Napoleon singing the following lyrics in a setting appropriate to what it is talking about, colon. And then I can go generate. And so hopefully if I don't get a copyright violation, so you can go in and grab it in like 8 to 10 second chunks, and you can build out an entire music video. So I create, like, I'll give you an example. So I create sports. I also, for fun, I do stuff about sports cards, like little collectible sports cards, like this kind of stuff right here. So I do collectible sports card stuff. And I also do a podcast where I talk about sports cards called Sports Cards Are Dope. And I actually had the guy, he sings, y'all might know him as Froggy Fresh, but he sang that song, you just got dunked on. Why is James crying? Because he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying. You know what I'm talking about? No. So what I did was I went in, I was like at an airport, at a layover, and I had that 30-second song, and I built out I went into Gemini and I had to build out like ideas for a script and had an AI generate an intro for me. And so I'll show, this is one. Oh, here we go. Insert, hold on. Okay, I'm going to export this so y'all can actually hear it. That looks so sick. Hold on, download. That looks sick. Okay, we're going to show you this, and then I'll show you what I built out to using all Gemini stuff. Like Gemini video is one of the best. Like chat and Gemini, they're both great, and they keep getting better, but Gemini video is pretty sick. So let me toss this in here. Oh, it's like as a GIF. What did I download it as? I download it as a PDF or an MP4. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's add that in.
Party is jumping, the revolution's got the bass drum pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. 7.99, the power I'm taking. Coua Brumaire.
Pretty quick. I would probably like do it in shorter chunks next time, but then I could just keep doing it piece by piece. And then the next part, you know, let's see what this looks like. I don't know what it did with that text, but okay. So I'm going to show you one like I did where I built it out and I wanted it to go across different genres of creating stuff. So all of this next thing was done in, it was all done in Google. What's it called? In Google Gemini. Like I literally just did it piece by piece and then I just edit a little bit, but it was pretty much the whole thing. So let me toss that in so you can see one that I did of this. Where the intro at, bro? Where the intro? Okay, here we go. All right, I'll show you real quick.
Sports Cards Are Dope with Dr. Tyler Tarver, where we talk about sports cards and things happening in the sports card world. Sports Cards Are Dope. Sports Cards Are Dope, a sports card show with Dr. Tyler Tarver. You already know the best sports card show on the whole globe. Gonna have you screaming out, yo, sports cards are dope. Sports Cards Are Dope, a sports card show with Dr. Tyler Tarver. You already know the best sports card show on the whole globe. Gonna have you screaming out, yo, sports cards are dope. Check out Sports Cards Are Dope, the best podcast on earth. This is Froggy Fresh signing off. Peace.
And that's it. That was the silly little thing that I created. And you had a good question. Does it always do videos in short chunks? Yes. It will not do longer than, I thought it was 8, but we had a video do 10 seconds, but usually it's around 8 seconds. 6 to 10 seconds is the max it'll do. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to splice it up and do it in chunks if that's what you want. So, no, thank you for saying nice things about it. But yeah, that was it. That's my intro. And so I made a 10-second one that happens at the beginning and the full 30 seconds at the end. But yeah, that was all made in an afternoon at an airport using Gemini. You just type it in, and then sometimes it's what you want. And then sometimes you're just like, hey, can you do this or change this or add this to the shirt? Slim Shady. Yeah, I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. Cade, respect the Froggy Fresh game. Am I right, y'all? Froggy Fresh for life. Okay, sweet. So video using Google Vids, but also if you have the level of Gemini where you can do it, it's a fantastic tool, especially creation. Because like, y'all know, one of the biggest struggles that you have is trying to engage students. And the more they can actually be creating, one, they're more engaged. And two, whoever's doing the work is doing the learning. And you've got them doing the work. Della said, can you combine files to create one video? Yes, you can. So I created mine in Final Cut, which is like an Apple program, but you're like, well, not all the students have Final Cut. That's fine. What you can do is, so we've got this piece right here. And then, well, I'll show you right here. So you're like talking about what grade levels? My youngest son was 3rd grade when he made this. And he went together and he just literally spliced up these videos of different avatars talking. So this is saying what he wants. And then it switches over to another person talking. And he approached that as the teacher talking. Now, I will give you this warning. So watch what he did. He wanted to do a video of him dunking it, and watch what happens. So it was all normal, and then the AI took over and he didn't ask it to do that. It just did it. Now watch this. This is kind of weird. He had it playing football. Where'd that guy come from? I wonder what that person was. That's offsides. But he did all that, and you can splice it together, and then you can like trim these videos down. You're like, oh, I don't want that. I want to trim that up. I want to cut out the part where the kid flips off the screen. So cut that out. Cut, and then you can trim it out. Yeah, he didn't. I promise he did not ask it to do that. Yeah, he split himself in two. Shoop. Born in June, Gemini. Isn't that the one that splits? I don't even know. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. So incorporating videos is great for creation, but also getting the students to get a chance to see it. Oh, I'll show you the one that I did. I think I have it here. Let me toss that in real quick. Remove. Here's one that I made my actual human children that I have that are my kids. When Gemini first released video, we made this video, and I'll show it to you real quick. So, come on, load up. Sorry, I got the spinny wheel. I might have to cancel it out. It's been spinning longer than normal. Ooh, just trying to add a file. So I got the spinning wheel of death. I'm not gonna be able to click anything. Well, that's fun. Okay. So I might have to get out and then get back in if something. Oh, that'd be bad if I have to log out. I don't think it'll log out, but it's literally just spinning wheel. Oh, come on. Let me see if I can get out of this. Why don't we do this? I'm trying to get because I can't even adjust my screen. It's like frozen up, and I can't select anything. So I'm gonna have to sign out, sign in. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I think this video will stay live if I have to exit out and then come back to it. If it exits, I'm trying to think of what we could do if something screws up, like it kicks me out. Let's do, how about this? If for some reason, because I'm going to have to, because I can't do this if I can't click anything and show any screens, and my screen is like frozen. If for some reason this YouTube video ends. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm back. Oh, that was scary. Sorry, you guys. Am I still here? I hope so. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to try this. Video file. Come on, don't screw up. Where are you at? Man, super laggy. Let's go, bro. All right, we're going to let my computer catch up. We're going to do like a 5-minute break. Sound good? 5-minute break. I'll see you guys in 5. I'm going to make sure my internet isn't being janky. So 5-minute break. Okay. Look at that. Wow. All right, bye. Okay, let's do a couple more prompts and then we will bounce into some other things we can use. So another one, I know a lot about blank related to blank. All right. So in the chat, give me something you would want to teach your students about, and then somebody else give me a TV show. Give me a TV show, and then give me something you want to teach your students. Throw that in the chat. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. I started my coffee a little too late, so I'm gonna go get that. While you guys throw that in the comments, I'll BRB. So tell me something you want to teach your students, and then somebody else give me a TV show you watch. I was gonna do a coffee because talking for 6 hours straight. That's too much, half and half. All right, here we go. So, y'all got me something you can talk about? What we got? Okay, so let's see. I would do Toy Story 5, but I also don't want to ruin it because I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to what's it called? Spoilers. No spoilers. Okay. So we got Hammurabi's Code, and we're wanting, what do we got here? Let's do, what do we got? Hammurabi's Code and Gilmore Girls. That only makes sense. You ready? I'm trying to teach my 6th graders in my history class about Hammurabi's Code, period. Half the class is really into Gilmore Girls. They love Gilmore Girls, the show, and they are all in it, period. The other half of the class is really into NBA basketball, current NBA basketball, period. Can you please help me teach them about important themes and people and information about Hammurabi's Code and relate it to either Gilmore Girls or NBA basketball to help teach my students and keep them engaged, period. And then at the end, could you even incorporate like an activity that we could do in class that would either get like discussion based, add discussion questions throughout the whole thing. That way they can have a conversation about it, but then also add in like something, an activity or two at the end that they could do that could be for a grade. And if you could build me out a rubric, that would be great. And if that rubric was in table format, that would be easy for me to, convert over to show them, period. Okay. Here we go. Sixth graders can be a tough crowd. You're not wrong there. But anchoring ancient Mesopotamian history in the high-stakes world of Stars Hollow and the intense matchups of the NBA is a brilliant way to hook them. Let's break Hammurabi's Code down to core themes using parallel analogies. Lex Tonalysis, the law of retribution. For NBA fans, imagine it's like an NBA rule book where if a player commits a hard, flagrant foul and accidentally breaks an opponent's wrist, the penalty isn't suspension. Instead, the referee breaks the fouling player's wrist on purpose. That would definitely cut down on fouls. For the Gilmore Girl fans, imagine if L'Oreal borrowed, Lorelai, I said L'Oreal, that's the makeup brand, borrowed a rare, expensive vintage purse from Emily, accidentally spilled coffee all over it, and ruined it. Instead of paying her back, Emily gets to walk into Lorelai's house and legally ruin Lorelai's favorite Jeep. Discussion question. Does this type of justice actually keep the peace, or does it create more problems? Why do you think King Hammurabi thought that this was the fairest way to handle crimes? Inequality in the law, extreme accountability. Look at this. And then we got a rubric, assessment rubric. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Critical thinking, argumentation, mechanics. Growth tip, if you want to use the creative framing to build engagement for your online platform. I was talking about for me personally. All right, then I can take this. Watch this. This is one of the things I love about Gemini. More options. No, I don't want to copy it. I want to export to Sheets, bro. I was just saying how great that was. Okay, copy. I wonder if I can just paste it in a sheet. I wonder what that would look like. Sheet.new. Because usually there's a button there and you can export it to Sheets. But let's see if we can just copy paste. Paste. Okay, it did it. So it's super easy. It's one of the things that is frustrating about ChatGPT. If you use it first, what it'll do is it doesn't always do the formatting well. Does that make sense? So like that's always the issue there. Granted, I'm sure they'll fix it because they want you to use them. But yeah, look at that. We've got a little grading criteria, historical accuracy, and we could even take it here, and then I can use Gemini. Where you at? Gemini. I'm teaching 6th grade history, and this is the rough draft of the rubric for an assignment that they're doing. Can you give them even more detailed breakdown of the grades? I want the total grade to be worth 50 points, and they're going to be doing an activity. Give them 3 options for how to do the activity, and then inside of the rubric, show the grading scale for each of those methods, period. One of those ways can be writing something. One can be making a video using Google Vids, like creating a cool AI video. And the other could be a presentation that they give to the class, period. Okay. Expand. I don't know why it's stuck on this one cell. This one cell is sitting there floating. I gotta hit the refresh, but I don't want to lose all the stuff we built. Okay, so it's building out the rubric. That's the thing. They're incorporating this stuff into every level of all of this, which is incredible. In the chat, have y'all ever done something like this and expanded on assignments or rubrics? Have you ever used Gemini to take what you've got and build off? Not just create from scratch, but take what you already have and then build out of that. If you have, tell me how you've used that in the chat. Give other people ideas as well. Michael said, no, but I'm going to start. Yes, no, yes, no. We got people wanting to utilize it to expand. There we go. It's initializing the rubric. Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes it does that where it sticks on a cell and then it's just on the screen. I don't think it's impacting anything. No, but now it's on my to-do list. All right, Deborah. Let's go. No, but now it's on to-do list. We got ask ChatGPT to recreate my resume based off my old one, make it better. Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's the trick to that. If you ever do it, you don't even have to, you can build it off your old resume and improve it. But also what I think is a big advantage of utilizing this stuff, put in the website or the name of the school or place you're applying and the position. And then you can go in and be like, hey, I'm actually applying at Bauxite School District. Tailor my resume to meet all the needs of what they're striving for, their mission, vision, and values, and stuff that is specific to their school. And then it'll take your stuff, improve it, but then lace in what your audience wants. I think that's one of the best ways you can help expand that. Looks like it's still building it. It's almost finished. That's one of my favorite ways to use this stuff is take what you're starting with, make it better, but then lace in stuff that oh, here we go. Looks like it's almost done. Lace in the stuff to your final audience. And so what I'll do is when I'm creating curriculum, I'll, make a video, but then I want to make supplementary curriculum after. I'll paste the transcript in there and I'll say, tailor this to the needs of high school teachers, middle school teachers, and elementary teachers and administrators. So now it's taking it broad and then it gives you 3 or 4 specifics tailored to that audience. Okay, sweet. Here we go. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. Hammurabi's Code Choice Project. Let me try to make it where you can all see it. We have now got exceptional, connected theme, historical accuracy, critical, medium specific, choose one, and they pick one of those things. So you've got a full-on rubric you can give your students. Copy, paste, throw it in, whatever you want. So, man, love it. Love it. Okay. And then another blank related to blank. Pose yourself as blank and analyze blank. Also, one of the things, too, when you relate it, you could actually split them into groups, pick, NBA basketball, Gilmore Girls, music, pop music. You could do whatever, Agatha Christie novels, whatever your students are into, and you could take the content and relate it in there. Like, that's one of my favorite things, is trying to get granular with what you're trying to relate it to. So next up, pose. Pose. This is one of my favorite ways to utilize this. Because say you want someone's opinion on, like, somebody famous or notable's opinion on something, but it's hard to get them to come speak at your school anymore. Okay? Pose yourself as Benjamin Franklin. Give Benjamin Franklin's thoughts on the current state of American politics, and give 3 things he would recommend they institute to make things better, period. For any assumptions or opinions you have, please cite, quote, or reference where Benjamin Franklin said that, or what makes you think he would think that, period. So essentially, if you have any strong opinions, relate it to whatever he thought, period. There we go. Oh, we could do this. Then throughout what you're creating, I want to present this and talk with it and have discussions with my class. Please create good group discussion, thoughtful discussion questions that I can incorporate to the class based on this information and get their thoughts and what they think, and, you know, based on what we've been learning, period. Somebody said, Nathan said, maybe we should have it write the next George R.R. Martin. Yeah, he's been taking a while on Game of Thrones stuff. Here's the deal. You can. Like, you could literally go in, upload a PDF of every book he's written, and then be like, based on his writing style and thoughts, what are the bullet points of what he's going to write about next? And then you could, like, expand out from there. So we have ours. And whenever I do something where it's anything like political, like give this person's opinion on political stuff, I like to ask that they cite anything that they assume or they're pulling, because y'all know how people be wilding. These kids are just repeating what their parents have said and, you know, whatever. So I like to cite it. That way it's less, I mean, you can have a conversation about it, but at least you have a point of reference for why they think that. Today, it appears that the infinite mutual abuse of parties has indeed begun to tear into pieces the best of characters. The modern political arena resembles a less a deliberate assembly of statesmen and more of an unremitting wrestling match. All right, there you go. Or UFC match, you could say. Cultivate the doubt of one's own infallibility. So the recommendation, I would institute a formal expectation, perhaps a structural pause or a multi-partisan review process in the legislature, forcing leaders to explicitly seek out counter-arguments before passing major laws. Historical anchor. And then there's a quote, the older I grow, the more apt I am to doubt my own judgment and pay more respect to the judgment of others. Wow. I like it. That's a good quote. So it's pulling in his thoughts, his opinions, everything from his thoughts, his opinions, blah, blah, blah. And then you could have it build out, you know, let's say I wanted to give my 7th grade history students, and I wanted to collaborate with the 7th grade English teacher who's trying to teach them about, I don't know, writing. No. Let's say this. I want to say, you know, because, you know, when we tried to do that thing a few years ago, we're like teaching across subjects with the 7th grade English teacher, who just got finished reading The Hobbit, period. Is there any way you could create like a writing assignment that our students could do that would help for both of those things? One for me about Benjamin Franklin and politics and all that stuff, and one for them on The Hobbit, period. Is there any way you could relate those two and help make a assignment that they could do across both classes? Question mark. Like, this used to be one of the hardest things. Whenever we were trying to do that thing like 10 years ago, where it's like history teachers are also going to teach English, you know, and it became really hard because you're trying to like have these people do stuff across multi subjects. Now it's super easy to go cross curricular. The Council of Rivendell or Philadelphia. Prompt question. Students choose one. Man, I love it. Like, being the planning stages, the planning side of being an educator has gotten so much cleaner and easier, in my opinion. I say it easier. It's gotten so, you have assistance in a way that you did not have assistance. Before it was like, I'm Googling it. I'm going teachers pay teachers. Like, I'm trying to hope somebody gave a resource somewhere that I can find and then start, utilizing in my class, and then I can run with it. I just need to start. Okay, so let's do this. I got an idea. We're gonna create one together. I'm gonna put this in here, and then I want you guys to fill in your favorite student prompts. So I'm gonna do doc.new. I'm gonna add this in here, and I'm gonna let you fill it in. We'll do like a 3-minute break and let y'all fill it in, and then we'll keep going. Share. This is student learning prompt cheat sheet. Create. Anyone with the link can edit. Copy. Done. Okay, in the chat, I'm posting this Google Doc. What I would love for you to do is I want you to take like 3 minutes. We're going to put a 3-minute timer on there. I want you to jump in and throw in a prompt, any prompt. It can be one that I've done. You can take a variation, run with something I did. I want you to put in a prompt in this doc that other teachers can use in their classes. Okay, so go for it. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and then we'll roll with it. So see you in 3 minutes. Hey, this cheat sheet looking good, y'all. Let's go. Love it. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna let y'all type in that in a minute, and then we'll come in. I'll clean it up, send it out. You guys can use it and have it. I love it. So here we go. Switch back over. Okay. So I'm going to try to show this video. This is a video we made, my kids and I made right when Google released the video side of it. Let's see if we can do it without crashing my computer. Okay. Okay, well, I don't know if I can find it. Ugh. It's all right. I'll drop it in there. This video, it's on slide 11. Slide 11 is a video that my kids and I made. It is George Washington vlogging different like important historical moments, throughout his life, legacy, whatever. But anyway, so we made that and we put it to Gen Alpha slang terms. So he's like, yo, G-Wash here. I got the squad and we're crossing icy vibes. Serve L's to tyranny. Nailed it first try. G-Wash here. Just spit 2 terms and they want a triple. Leaders, not lifers. I'm a ghost them. It's one of my favorite lines because, they asked him to do 3 terms. He said no. So there we go. I'm going to go in. Let's see. There was one thing I want to do. I will hit this because I'm about to show you. We're going to jump into gems and I'm going to use gems. We're actually going to create some together. But I'm going to show you some gems and we'll create them because I'd like to spend a good chunk of time on gems and Notebook LM the rest of the time. But right here, let me put the comments in case y'all do comment because I can't see it. So with this stuff, it is your assistant, not replacement. AI is your teaching assistant. College professors, they get so mad about AI, but they love using graduate assistants to grade their papers. This is helping you. And the more you use it, yes, there are some teachers who are just going to be like, oh, it's going to read my students' papers. It's going to grade for me. It's going to do this. It's going to replace me. Those teachers, AI did not start them being lazy at their job. Those teachers before this, they were Googling and taking other people's stuff and not adjusting it. They were buying things on Teachers Pay Teachers. If anything, this makes them a little bit better at it because they can easily tailor it to their class. Now, the good teachers, it's going to make great teachers because you're going to be collaborating with the AI to build stuff faster, communicate better, more clear. Like it's going to expand what you're doing in a way that you'll also be able to see your family occasionally. So like that's the thing, people, and it's even in here, a lot of research studies are showing that people are using AI for like coaching, help me get better, improve me, not do the job for me. No, let me get done quicker, make me better. And I think if we teach and train our students to use it for good, not evil, like to use it, not to just copy paste and get the job done, but to think more thoughtfully, to expand what you're thinking, to grow from it. I think that's going to be a huge success for our students and our teachers in the future. So those are Tyler's thoughts and opinions. This is not my keynote, but I definitely like to talk about it. So let's start with, let's roll into Notebook LM. And so in the chat, how much have you used Notebook LM? Let me know in the chat. If you have used it, tell me what you've used it for. Throw that in the chat so I can see where y'all are at. Never. Yes. Study guides, presentations, never. Okay, sweet. Some, not, some. Okay, sweet. So let's try it out. So if you want to see, if you want to see what it looks like for the student, okay, for the student view, if you have a phone, if you're not on your phone, if you're watching this on a computer, if you have a phone, you can scan that QR code, but I'll toss the link in the chat so you can play with it, see what it looks like. So this is from a student view. I made a notebook about YouTube and education. Okay, so I'm going to copy the link. Okay, go. Take me there as a student. There we go. I'm going to share it. It's not letting me share very easily. Let me just take this. I think I've got it linked here. I just want to give them the link. I'll just go to Notebook. Notebooklm.google.com. Everything is .google.com. I'll do this test evaluator instead of the YouTube education one. So let's do, I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to share with you guys. Just like I would share anything else, I'm going to share. Anyone with the link can view, copy link, and then I'm going to toss that in the chat. Okay, Notebook LM. Notebook LM is goated IMO, in my opinion. Notebook LM is incredible. Okay, so in the chat, click that. And this is a notebook. And this is for people that are Arkansas educators that that are wanting to do test evaluation, get ready for test evaluations. Okay. So what you could do is you could say, I am a 11th grade English teacher in the state of Arkansas, and I'm getting my evaluation coming up next week, period. My students and I are reading through the Odyssey, and we should be finished with the story, period. This will take place right after they finish reading the entire book. What is an ideal lesson plan that I could do during my evaluation to rate as high as possible and meet all the needs that my administrator is going to be looking for according to Arkansas TESS state standards, period. Please help me build this out. If you have any questions for me, please ask to help build out the perfect lesson plan. So what I've done is with Notebook LM, Notebook LM is more about the sources. Instead of going out to the internet and finding stuff, I'm giving it a chunk of sources that I wanted to pull from first. And so what I did was for this notebook, I uploaded all the test PDFs, a bunch of like administrators, like Southwest Arkansas Co-op. They had an administrator supplementary thing. Like I literally tossed it all on there. And so that way admin could use this, but also teachers can use it. Here's the teacher. Since you're wrapping up the Odyssey, this is the perfect time for a synthesis lesson that allows students to take the reins. Below are the key strategies that you should implement to hit the highest marks on the test rubric, followed by an ideal lesson plan framework. So pre-observation prep, what to give my principal for domain 1. Anticipated misconceptions, I'm doing all these connections, grouping matrix, like I'm doing all this stuff. So the ideal lesson plan, boom, Socratic seminar. Like we're wanting to do all this. This is great. So it gives me the full lesson plan. So then I can answer these questions. The dynamic is really good. Students pay attention and they ask good questions. So I really like this, but the more guided we can be in the conversation, I feel like the less off topic will be, period. Some of my kids be a little ADD sometimes, just like I am, period. Number 2, my students have done a little Socratic seminar. What is a prep lesson I could do as we're nearing the end of the story to prep them for how a Socratic seminar and fishbowl discussion works, period. Almost like a precursor to get them used to it, period. And number 3, no, I just want to hit whatever Arkansas standards are related to this for 11th graders. All right, so it's going to tailor it to those things. And you can use this, like what I gave you, that link, you could use that. Like literally this is Arkansas. If you're in Arkansas, this is Arkansas state standard stuff for test evaluations. I'm going to read this while it's doing that. What I like is that it only uses what you give it and doesn't materialize content that I never covered in my class. ChatGPT hallucinates sometimes. Yes, that is one of the benefits of this. Because when you ask Gemini or ChatGPT to go get you information or your students, it's pulling from the whole internet, which is a big place. And if it can't find it, it does what you're calling, what Shirley is saying is hallucinations. Like, it will make it up. Its goal is to build for you exactly what you need. So if it can't find it, it makes it up. This is pulling from sources, and this is one of the things I love. Look at this. My sources are on the left, my chats are in the middle, and then my like extracurriculars are on the right. So it's going to, like on the left, watch what happens on the left. See these little these little numbers? If I click that, it's going to show me exactly what it's pulling from. It pulled from this teacher rubric. Boom. Then right here, number 3. Boom, pull from there. What do we got here? Pull from right there. So a lot of it's from this teacher rubric. So it's pulling it all from that, and it's showing me exactly where it's doing it. So you can imagine if you make one of these notebooks for your students, you could upload the PDF, if you have it, of your textbook. You could upload all of your presentation slideshows, and you can literally upload any resource you want them to get information from. And now it can quiz them, it can teach them, it can tutor them, it can do all that. And then boom, it's going to do all this. So I know that I'm supposed to send my principal something before the lesson. Can you please create everything I'm supposed to send them beforehand so that I, am doing exactly what they need? So I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been. I used to be a test administrator. I used to do the admin stuff, but it's been a hot minute. That's Hot Pockets. My bad. And then, so middle is the chats, left is the sources. And then on the right, here's a complete pre-conference packet you need. Detailed lesson plan, title, blah, blah, blah. Anticipated misconceptions and correction plan, lesson progression, student learning profile and grouping mate. Look, it's building all of it for me. This is, y'all have no, like, how much, on a scale of 1 to 100, how much easier does this make you to be ready to do your stuff that you need to for an eval? Okay. Then on the right, these are all the supplementary things that Notebook creates. So for instance, you want an audio overview, you want a podcast of it. I've created a podcast before on a previous training, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. And it's more of like a conversational podcast. You can do that. And then you can do, let's say we got flashcards. So it'll build flashcards to study out of. Is the Arkansas Teacher Excellence Support System, what is that domain? And you can discuss it and you're like, I want to see the answer. It's a cluster of distinct aspects, components of professional instructional implementation practice. Boom, next, got it. So it's like, it's not going to actually give you a quiz, but it's testing, like, this is study stuff. What else we got? This one I think was, this is just an overview of it. So it gave me an overview of everything. So if you need to learn it quick, there you go. I'll do that sometimes. I'll come in, I'll go into Notebook. If I have like a meeting or something, I'll upload in the stuff from the meeting, like all the information. And then I'll just be like, hey, let's bounce this back and forth. Ask me questions and then let me give my thoughts. And then you kind of correct me and show me stuff that I can adjust. So it's a really, really helpful tool for students. And especially, and here's the thing that I think is the differentiator for this. You get to decide what the students are using as sources. You get to decide what the students are using as sources. So it's not pulling from everything in the world. It's just pulling from whatever you have instructed it to pull from. And then you can cite that and go to it. So this is, yes, it's good for you to build for your class, but if your students, or if you're guiding your students on how to use these tools correctly, this is a huge, huge, huge asset in doing that. Okay. So let's look, y'all ready? Let's look at gems. Are y'all cool with looking at gems next? Okay, sweet. So it looks like y'all got this in here. Look at this. So y'all built this out. Let me go from here. So I'm going to highlight everything y'all said. And then I am going to go to Gemini. I'm doing a teacher training, and I had the teachers come in and write some of their favorite prompts that students could use to help learn in their classroom period. I would love for you to take this list, clean it up, make it a great template that them and other teachers could use for ideas. And then I'd love for you to like sort and categorize them based on the type of prompt they are and or the goal that it accomplishes for the students, period. Also, if you come up with any cool prompts that they missed or that you can spin off from what they said, that would be great. That would be great. And so here is what they put in there so far, colon. So I'm going to paste all y'all's stuff in there. Oh. I'm going to hit submit. So I kind of gave it the parameters. I said, clean it up. Let's make this great. The master template library, group 1, student facing prompts. Then we got category. So it categorized it, sorted it. And then, no, we don't want to deploy. We want to export to docs. So now it's going to generate a Google Doc for me. Might have saying that, boys. For me, for us. And this is, I don't want no emoji. Delete that. This is the student prompt cheat sheet. There we go. Beautiful. And then I'm going to share it with you guys. So it is now in the chat. Okay, so we have our prompt cheat sheet with all y'all stuff categorized and built in. Love it. Okay, so let's look at some gems. So I'm on tarveracademy.com with the resources. So these are all resources. So let's scroll to gems and GPTs. So Notebook LM is about, hey, here are my sources. Build stuff from those sources. Very academic, cite, like it's great. Gems they're like chat boxes. Yes, you can put a source in there, but it's more about what are the instructions for how you operate. And so I'm going to show you some of these. And somebody said on one, I didn't update it. I think it's the early finish. I'll fix whatever links are messed up, but there was a couple that I'll have to fix, but we'll find them. Tarver Academy Teaching Assistant. So this is one that I made where I took my book, my teacher book I wrote, my dissertation, and a couple other things, and I linked it in here. And I essentially wanted this to act as if you said, hey, you know what? I like the vibes that Tyler brings. I want him to come in and help me be a co-teacher in what I'm doing. So it's got the title there. It's got the description there. And let's do this. I want to do an engaging lesson for seniors in high school who are in psychology class and they're trying to learn about the id, the ego, and the superego. And it would pose as me, pull from all my stuff. Stop talking, Tyler. What's up, psych teachers? You're tackling one of my favorite topics, Sigmund Freud's structural. Why is it one of my favorite topics? I've never said that. Lesson template. So look, it's even showing, it actually cited where it's pulling from. Pulling from my book, lesson template, reality TV show. Here we go. Segment 1, the movie trailer. Here's the hook. And it's going to talk through each of them, flip the script, and then it's going to try to answer stuff. So essentially it'd be like me sitting there with you, chilling and giving you my thoughts and lacing in stuff from my book and things that I value. So that's the first template. Where's that? Go back. I think I just converted that page over. Okay. Next up, then the ADA friendly classroom. You can take different assignments and different lessons you have and then adapt them for students with disabilities who might need something different. Arkansas Plat Builder. I genuinely have no clue what PLAP is. I did this at a training and somebody asked me to build it. And so I created one there. Curriculum builder, here's one. This is one that we can do. So I got a curriculum builder. The idea here is you can take any resource and create creative, low prep enrichment for early finisher. Oh, this is an early finisher one. I don't want that one. I want this one, curriculum builder for teachers. So let's say you're going to YouTube and I want to teach something, let's see. Okay, we're going to teach on world history, and we're going to teach on, let's see, it was agricultural revolution. So you can go to any YouTube video, preferably your own, go in the description, go to show transcript. And I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to copy the transcript. All you have to do is from any YouTube video, you can go into this curriculum builder. And let's say you wanted to show that 10-minute video to intro the class. And then from just pasting that transcript, it's going to build out an entire curriculum for it. Curiosity hook, like why this matters, learning section, from foraging to farming. It's going to break it down to essentially, y'all remember when we were in school? This text was all we had, and it was whatever was in the textbook, and that was our resource. And then our teacher told us some other stuff, and then we try to remember all of it. We try to remember all of it and incorporate it. Now, you could take this, open it in Docs. You could take this every day. You can come up with a video or so. So I'm going to open it in Docs. Where's my video? Agricultural Revolution. And let's see. Refresh. So I could take this. I'm going to take screenshot, YouTube video. And let's see, where's my doc? So that's not it. And then I'm going to go in here, taking that. I'm going to insert into the doc that we just created. I'm going to insert an image. Upload. Upload that image. I can make that a link directly to the video. And then I'm going to delete that. Oh, no, I guess I can delete. I need to put this above the video. So take that. Boom. Okay. So now I'm literally creating a digital curriculum. This is a link to a video they can go watch. That correlates with it. I can go in here with the curiosity hook. Take all these. It even did the tables. And you can clean it up. You now have a running doc of curriculum built around that video. You guys, in the chat, name your favorite either curriculum or book or program you've used since you started teaching that you no longer get to use, either because it doesn't exist or your school doesn't pay for it anymore. In the comments, let me know, what is your favorite tool or resource or curriculum that you no longer get to use for one reason or another? Throw that in the chat. This is one of the most powerful things for teachers because we no longer have to worry about stuff being taken away. You could literally go in and go, doctor, what is it? What class would this be? This would be, 12th grade history textbook, digital textbook. And then, what did I do? Did I drag that over? Sorry. And then you can go in and right here on the left, you can create a nice little directory, or you could just go in at the top. And so like, once you create a bunch, you could just insert, and then you could do where is it? Where's table of contents? Table. My tables. Insert table of contents. Boom. You can now have a complete directory. You clean it up, but then at the beginning of the year, you could share this one doc to rule them all. You could share that with your students. And now they have a digital textbook that you have control of. And again, yes, could Crash Course History take down their YouTube video? They could. Are they going to? No, if you pick the right channel. But also what's even better is if you actually teach it, if you teach it and you record yourself and you have that video and you're like, well, I don't want to be on the internet. That's fine. Do it as unlisted. But you can use your words to help build out the curriculum that they can now use for years on end. And I personally love owning my own content. I love being able to be the one that controls what gets added, deleted, subtracted, all of that. So Delta Math, Mathway. Oh, Mathway's gone. Rest in peace. Brain Pop, Explore Learning, Gizmos. Brain Pop, solid. That was great. Guess what? It's gone. Edmodo, gone. Odysseware, gone. All these curriculums and contents, they don't last forever. Like Google's forever, but everything else is just temporary. You know what I mean? You could go in and build out your own curriculum and then adjust it and then give your students access to, hey, go in and delete this, add this, change this. Like this is such a great tool for me, in my opinion, and it's super easy to do. All I did was take the transcript, toss it over, and I'm good to go. Super, super easy way to create content curriculum. Now, I'm going to show you something from this. So let's say you like the curriculum builder, but you have a different structure. You have different things that you want this to create for you. Let me see if I can get back to it. Okay. With all of these gems and GPTs, you can go, Gemini is, you go in and it's based on the instructions I built. And you're using the gem with all those instructions. ChatGPT, same thing. But right here this is the real level up. You could go into any of these and hit copy. Now it is your gem that you have access. And you could say curriculum builder for Dr. Tarver's classes. And you can see what I've put in here and you can go change it. I've got it as an expert instructional designer, master teacher, curriculum writer. You could go in and say, no, I want it to be tailored like this. I want it to have this, add this, do this. You can go in and have it build out everything based on whatever it is that you want the output to be. And then you just add a description and you save it and you're good to go. Like you can go in and make your own gems and you don't have to start from scratch. You can use the templates from what I gave you. Next up, earlier finisher enrichment lab. So let's say we just finished talking about, we're doing multi-step equations and I need something for the early finishers. And it should be able to build out above a few options for what these students can do and create. 2, 3, look at this. All this fun stuff, low prep, and you could even come back and be like, we don't have any supplies or Chromebooks, period. All they have is paper and pencil. Can you pick out activities that would tailor towards that? I know it did Taylor wrong, but it gets it. It's not going to put no Taylor Swift. The comic strip misconception. Create an algebra comic strip. Turn a math problem into a dramatic story. And they're creating a comic strip. Ooh, I was going to show y'all this too. I think I showed you this last time, but so you can actually have it go into your calendar. Can you please go into my calendar and all my stuff and make a funny comic strip about my last month of my life, ? And then also create a comic strip about next month and what's going to happen over the next month, period. So 2 comic strips essentially. And use something that looks like me, Dr. Tyler Tarver of Tarver Academy, period. And please make that image. And watch, I don't know if you can see it, but watch what it's going to be searching. Let's see. Create an image, bro. Let me do this. I'm gonna have to refresh. I can tell it's acting janky. Hit the plus sign. We want to create an image. Boom. Oh, get in the game. Soccer. That's cool. In the chat, anybody been rocking with the World Cup? What are y'all thinking about it? Is anybody watching it? Let me know in the chat. In the chat. So I got to stretch. Been staying up for a while. How y'all doing? Y'all tired of hearing my voice yet? You got to be sick of me. People that have been here all day. That's 5 hours of one dude just be like blah blah blah. Google, ChatGPT, save yourself time. Blah blah blah. Okay, here. Do it to where it models pictures of me, which I have uploaded. See if I can find some images. Yeah, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. Here we go. All right, so I'll upload a couple pictures of me. That's always better too. If you can upload pictures of you. I'll tell you this. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or not, or maybe I just look like this. Okay. Okay, distinct pictures. That's not me. That don't look like me at all. Hold on. My daughter calling me. I can't. Girl. I'm telling her, I am doing a training. What's up? I think she wants me to pick her up at Sephora. I can't do that. Can't do that. I'm working with you guys. Should be fine. Okay, so it got a little janky. So what I do whenever that happens is I start fresh. I will upload a couple pictures of me so you know what I look like. Please create that comic strip and do it in the tone and style of Calvin and Hobbes. Okay, so let's try this again. Upload files. Open. Okay. Okay, so sometimes what it'll do, I don't know if it's going to do it this time, instead of making an image, it like scripts out a comic strip. So, okay, so it's working. It's going into my calendar. Let's see what we got here, bruh. Let's see what we got here, bruh. Hey, here we go. Flying to San Jose, Mountain View, Indiana. I'm so late, I can't miss the plane. I wasn't late. I was fine. Planning videos, that secret Ben and Tyler. That's on my calendar. Anybody leave stuff on their calendar years after you don't do that anymore just for funsies? Time to brainstorm some really great ideas. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. Here's my comic strip. Made it for me. Love it. So you can actually have it go in. Another one too is, since it's actually attached to your calendar, she's asking me to pick her up at 3:30. I can't. I'm not done till 4. Sorry. I can't. Not done till 4 p.m. That girl, she wild. All right. Please analyze my calendar from the past couple months period. Also analyze things that I need to accomplish and find dates and times that I can do that period. Can you help me analyze my schedule to work towards my goals and what would be like a progression for me, like to be able to work out, times a day that work best for that, and then also to create things that I'm wanting to help teachers, period, and then also stuff for social media, period. Can you help me plan that out? Question mark. So essentially you can use it to go in and analyze your calendar. Now, I know we don't all put like everything on our calendar. There we go. So it's picking out dates and times, recurring work commitments, things like that, and then time of day progression. So it'll work as essentially someone who analyzes what you're already doing and helps you build out a better routine from it. So then, and like it also incorporates like deep work, like you can choose whatever you want, like pose yourself as James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. What would he start doing every day and then how much time to be able to build towards the goals that we're wanting based on that story? Here we go. Core principle, identity over outcomes. And so it's building it based on whatever it is. That's a good one. I need to come back to that. I didn't mean to talk about it, but I'm glad we're here. Okay, what we got? Next. So let me go back to my gyms and GPTs. Okay, I'm going to go through a few of these, and here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go through these, and then I'm going to have you guys go in and tell me stuff that you want to create, and we're going to spend the last like 30 to 40 minutes just creating as many gyms and GPTs as you want. So going through here for ideas, I want this to spark some ideas for you. You've got curriculum builders, we've got early finishers, we got standards-based lesson planners, lesson gamifiers, IEP and 504 accommodation adapters, parent, guardian, school communication assistant, student interest personal tutor. It's like we did earlier, it's like relate to blank, teacher, professional development buddy, and then worksheet builder pro. Okay, so these are kind of like our things that we have. I'm gonna do another, like the last 3-4 minute break. And in the chat, I want you to toss what gyms do you want to create together? Okay, so toss that in there. I'm gonna toss this up. 5-minute break. In comments, what gyms do you want to make together? And we're going to make as many gyms as we can until time runs out. Or we could do notebooks. It's up to you. So in the comments, let me know, and I will be right back, and we'll get rolling. So 5-minute break, and then we're going to go until the end. Hey, sorry about that. All right, all right. Here we go. Okay, chill, bro. Let's turn that off. Delete that. And okay. So what do we got next? Okay, so let's see what you guys want to do, and then we'll create some gems. Okay, and I'm going to show you the whole process. Again, you can take mine, make a copy, and adjust it, or do whatever you want. So here we go. I'm going to show you my process of making gems. It's honestly a lot easier than you would think because they make it very collaborative in how they do it. And we'll make as many as we can. So let's start with, we're going to create some interactive student notes, okay? So I'm going to go to Gemini, and I'm going to go over to gems. So when you go to the side, you're going to go down to gems. And I'm going to go in here. Now, they've got this part up here. It's called Gems Made by Labs. I don't recommend you use that. It's really cool and it looks great and it looks great, but it's still in like beta. And so I like to just roll down here into this gem manager. Okay. So I'm going to go to new gem. I'm going to create one from scratch. Let's do, interactive student notes creator. Okay. And then what I like to do is I will go in here and I'll just talk to it and tell it what I want. I want something where teachers can just drop in either their lesson plan or talk through what they're trying to teach. And it builds highly interactive student notes that students can interact with. And, it's not just fill in the blank, although that could be a portion of it. But it's really about creating some highly interactive ones where they are actually like having to think and, you get it, be just highly engaging with the students. Okay. Now what I do is I take that and I'll just talk and kind of dump what I'm thinking. And then this little pen will actually take that and improve it. So it'll rewrite it in a way that is more full and gives better direction. So it acts, it's almost like it's like a gem within a gem that takes, what you're doing and just elaborates on it. I say that and it didn't do any of that. So here's what we're going to do. I've got it and it's not, let me try it again. Let's see if it does it. If not, I've got the backup because sometimes it does this. It'll be like, oh, I'm trying to improve it, but then it doesn't. It doesn't. And here's what we're going to do. So we're going to do this and I've got a backup. Okay, I didn't do it. So here's what I'm going to do. Whenever I'm doing that, I will go here and I will go to Gemini. Oh, that's not it. Gemini. I'm trying to create a gem and I would love for you to help me create instructions based on the following to help build the best gem instructions possible. Also come up with a description I could put in there. Period. Here's what I'm wanting, colon. Let me make that GEM. And then I'm going to paste what I said earlier. I should make a gem that is a gem instruction creator. Here's a complete structure blueprint. Now I'm going to check it, make sure it's what I want. Interactive note architect or whatever you want. Here's my description. Drop in your lesson plan, topic, or transcript. This gem transforms your content into highly engaging interactive student notes that go far beyond fill in the blank to spark critical thinking and active learning. So I'm going to put that in the description. And then gem instructions, paste this into the instructions box, copy. And then I'm just going to go here and paste. And now under what I could do here, I can choose the default tool. Like, what do I want it to do? Do I want it to create images automatically? Video? Canvas is like, that's where it does it to where it looks like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. It's almost like an interactive multiple choice thing where it'll like bounce up and walk through instead of being text. Deep research, music, guided learning. This is more for teachers, so I'm probably not going to use any of those. And then I can throw some in the knowledge base if I want. I think we're good with this, so I'm going to save it. Okay, I'm going to share. And then we want to make it public so that anybody can have it. Copy the link. And then here is the interactive student notes creator. So if you guys want to jump in and play with it, you can. And then I'm going to make it available where y'all can all have it. Let's see. Let me go to my website, Squarespace. And that way we can put all these up. Everything we're going to make for the rest of this time, we're going to try to make as many of y'all's gyms as you want. And then we can go in. Let's see. I want this one. Okay. What in the world? Oh, cool. All right, I want to edit the page. Okay, sorry, this is the page I want to edit. Scroll down. I'm going to go down to my gyms. Test. There we go. So this is student interactive. So it'll be right here alphabetically. Student interactive. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Student interactive notes creator. And then put a little arrow. Gemini. And then copy. Okay. So I won't do ChatGPT because I don't want to use up y'all's time. But I've created that gem. And then if you ever want to make a gem where it auto makes a copy, this is what you do. So you do the link, paste my link in there, and then I scroll over to wherever it says gem. So it says gem slash, you may change that to gems slash copy. And then new tab, boom, you're good. And then I'm going to take that because there's still some people that use my Google Doc, and I don't want them to not get it. Here it is. Okay, and then I can go here, gyms and GPTs, and then there we go. So now we have the student notes creator is in there, and we did it. So let's see what else y'all want. You guys said you want a standards-based lesson planner. I think I have that. I think I have one of those. Standards-based. Yeah, so I have a standards-based lesson planner. So I have one in there for that. So we got it. Create a gem for writing lesson plans for GT students. That's great. Let's do that one. So I'm going to do another one. Please create a title, comma, description, comma, and instructions for a Gemini GEM that someone could either paste a lesson plan or a topic in, a teacher could, and then it would create GT focused lesson plans for them specifically, period, for students that are advanced and think outside the box and understand things quickly, period, to help challenge them and grow their learning as well. Okay. And that's the thing, as you keep using prompts and as you keep trying different stuff, you can go in and be a little more clear with like, okay, here's what I want. Like that one, that prompt was better than my last prompt because I knew like, here's what it's going to hit. Here's what I need. I want all this stuff. So let's go in GT lesson architect. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go back. And then I'm going to create a new gem, GT lesson architect. And then we got the description. Transform standard topics or baseline lesson plans at a high depth, high complexity learning experience for gifted and talented students. Designed for rapid learners who think outside the box. This gem infuses abstract concepts, creative problem solving, and advanced pacing to keep gifted minds challenged and growing. Cool. Got the description. And then I'm going to copy the instructions. Boom. Tone and style, maintain encouraging, blah, blah, blah. Save. Share. Done. So then I'm going to go on my website, put under GT, ABC. Oh, I think these aren't alphabetical. That's not bad, bro. Oh, that's not even it. There we go. G, A, B, C, D, E. What is it? GT lesson. Oh, gosh. GT lesson architect. Architect. That's not how you spell that. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, because I want you guys to get out of the last 20, 25 minutes what you want. I'm going to do one more from what you guys selected. And then from there, I'm literally going to let you guys pick. We can go through Notebook LM. We can keep making we could keep doing this until we run out of time. I can make as many as possible, and hopefully I get to yours. Make whatever would be helpful for you. And then, we can do whatever you want. So your call. I want to use this last 20 to 30 minutes to do exactly what you want. Or if y'all don't care, I'll just go through my presentation and keep going from there. But I want it to be helpful for you. So GT Lesson Architect is in there. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to literally crowdsource what we do the last 20 minutes. Or I can just answer questions if you want. So I just want you guys to get whatever it is you want out of this last 20 minutes so you can walk away. If there's something you need, something you haven't gotten, please let me know. And we'll make it. Okay, next up. Parent guardian communication. So I actually have one of those. So yeah, parent guardian school communication assistant. So that's right here. So you have one of those as well. It's already in my free templates area if you want to take it. IEP 504 accommodations. So I have one of those as well. So IEP 504 accommodation adapter. You can just use this and it should work. Oh, I need to add copy. Let me do this. Copy link. I'm going to make it to where you can make a copy and adjust it. So copy. And then do this link again. Gems/copy. But I mean, I literally, if y'all want it, we can do this the rest of the time. It's up to you. Lesson plan builders for book themes 504. So book themes, we got 504 IP accommodation. What do you mean? Julia, if you'll expand on the lesson plan builder for book themes, let me know what you're wanting there, and that way I can tailor it to what you want. How to take the things we create, notes, assignments, anything in docs, and put them into Canva to jazz it up. Ooh, that'd be cool. Let me see. Oh, first off, what did I just have? I think I need to add this to the doc in case somebody doesn't have it. That was IP. Yeah, let me put that in here real quick. Okay, how do we create how to take things we create, notes, assignments, anything in docs, and put into Canva to jazz it up. So Canva, I believe, can be attached. I know it can be attached to chat. I think it can be in here as well. Let me see. I'm going to switch over to this one real quick. Before I bounce over, historical painting that moves, GIF, PowerPoint, etc. School bathrooms. Historical painting that moves. Ooh, I mean, you could probably do. I got an idea. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna run with it if that's okay. So this is what I want. I want to show you how to create a gym where it's like tailored around a certain like output. Okay, so watch this. So let's go into gyms, and I'm gonna go to create new gym. And then I want to create a new one. I want to create a new Gemini or gym. And what I'm thinking is I want it to be where a teacher could post about anything like historical, and then it creates some sort of image out of it, period. And I'm thinking that maybe like it would get to choose, like if they want like an anime image, or if they want a historical portrait, or like a painting or a watercolor or pastels or abstract, it can put in any moment or historical thing or concept, and it builds an image out of that. And then it also comes up with like 2 or 3 like discussion questions, personal application questions, and even debate questions that students can have based on how that portrait was interpreted based on whatever they're talking about. So essentially, it creates like a mini classroom activity with an image to run off of for the students after you put in whatever it is, period. Can you help me come up with a title, a description, and then the instructions for that for a Gemini GEM? Okay, so I don't know if that makes sense what I'm trying to throw at y'all, but I wanted to be able to see this. So title ideas, pick prompt, snapshot, artifact, and argument AI. Highlights the debate. No. Snapshot scholar, mini lesson creator, and history and concept art generator. I like this one. Pick prompt. Let's do that one. So pick prompt. Let's just call it history and concept art generator. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a new gem. Description, transform any historical event, figure, or conceptual idea into a custom piece of art. Choose your artistic style to generate the striking visual along with tailored discussion, blah, blah, blah. So we got the description. And then I'm going to take this. And then the only difference is after I do this, I want to go down and I want to use the default tool of image. So I'm going to hit save, share, and we're going to make it public so anybody can use it. This is history and concept art generator. I'm going to make sure I add it in here. So FGH, history and concept art generator. And Gemini, copy. And then if y'all want to go to my website, I'll update it so you can click that and try it, see if you like it, see if it works on your end. Oh, I can toss the link in too as well. I'll do that. That'd be easier for y'all. Gems, copy, new tab. Good. Okay, I'm gonna hit save. And then let me take that and put it in the doc as well. Okay, so here we go. So I got that done. I want to start a chat. So let's see what it looks like. See if this does it. Because I haven't ever done one. Okay, boom. See how images is already selected? You can't see. Yeah, you can see it. See how images is already selected? It wants to create an image. So let's try George Washington crossing the Delaware, but anime. Like Dragon Ball Z style. Might not do that because of copyright. Let's see. Oh, not bad. Not bad. That looks pretty sick. Hashtag 250 years of America. There you go. Man. Okay, now it didn't do the questions. Remember, because we wanted it to do discussion questions out of it. That looks pretty cool, though. I kind of like that, y'all. I might have to make like a, let me shut my door. Hey, you shut the door, Ken? I'm doing a training. Thanks, buddy. And so, man, I would have loved the image. Like, I like the image, but I really wanted that breakdown. But that's okay. That's still pretty sick. Man. Okay, so how about this? Let's do, I'm just going to keep going down the list. If you guys ask for something, I'm doing it. I'm just going to go down the list. It can be in this. It can be creating gems. It can be anything you want. This last, what do we got? 15 minutes is whatever you put in the chat. I'm going down the list. So Meredith said, with data, put in what I have from Atlas and ask it to sort the data or build a graph. Ooh, I like that. Let's do it. Now, I won't be able to test this because I don't have it, but I'm going to make it general, not just Atlas. I'm going to make it any school related and then have it gear it towards that. So I'm going to see if I can do this. Please create a Gemini GEM title, comma, description, comma, and instructions where a teacher can put in their state testing data and it breaks it down for them and then tells them their strengths, comma, their weaknesses, comma, and then gives them tips on things they could do to help bring their student scores up, period. I want you to tailor it to whatever state they are in, comma, I'd rather not make one for each state. I'd rather it just be like, they can put it in, you analyze their state testing stuff, and then you go and look at it. It can be either a photo or an Excel file or CSV file or whatever it is. They can just give you the data and you tell them what they need to know. As a teacher who doesn't normally read data, it breaks it down for them, period. Also include graphs, images, and then break things down for them so they can understand things that they could do even better as an educator. I want this to be a full stop resource for teachers to be able to understand what the data is telling them from their state required exams. Also, comma, do you recommend that we, let me look at something real quick. Let me go to my gems. Because I want to see if we should do like, gear it towards like deep research. Let me look. Default tool. There we go. Have it set to a specific default tool, or do we just keep it general whenever we use this? Question mark. Okay, here we go. So from this, you should be able to toss that in there. So the classroom, I don't like that. I'm going to do state testing data translator. So gym title, we'll do state testing data breakdown translator. Okay, description. Let's see, upload your state required testing, PDF, screenshots. This tool instantly strips away the overwhelming data jargon and give the clear student strengths, weaknesses, visual charts, actionable classroom ready strategies. Sick. I don't have any state testing stuff, so I can't do that. But if you have yours, you could literally go in and do that right now. So I'm going to save state testing. Isn't state testing got a dash in it? It don't matter. Okay, we're going to make it public. Copy. I'm going to change. It is bothering me now. So state testing data translator. Update. All right. And then if you wanted, after you make a copy of this, because you don't care about all the states, you care about Arkansas. What I would recommend, make a copy of what I have and then upload like any Atlas stuff, not your test, but in the tools, it gives you a spot for tools. Once you make a copy, you can tailor it to Arkansas Atlas and you can do the specific twist to be Arkansas. I bet it'll work either way, but that way you can do it. So, gosh, I messed up. Go back. There we go. State testing. What was it? Data translator. Copy. Okay. So let me make this. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. State testing data translator. No, not you. State. I need to put these in alphabetical. I will. I promise I will. All right. Gemini, we did that. Let me make sure I save it. Save. Okay. So you should be able to okay, sweet. Like I said, I'm going down the list. You were at his house? Whose house? What did I say? Did I say somebody? Whose house were you at last week? Go for it. Let's see. I don't remember what I say. I say a lot of things. I can't remember. Is there a way to create one that will take our class roster and create a Google Sheet? We could add what topics we want on the Google Sheet. So you're saying... Sorry, I'm trying to understand this, Shelly. So explain it to me if I'm not saying it right. You want to be able to throw like copy paste your roster or take a screenshot and upload it, and then it creates a Google Sheet, and then you can add the subcategories automatically, and then it creates a Google Sheet table with like subcategories and this. Is that what you're asking for? If it is, let me know and I'll go through and try to get it. Themes in literature is hard for kids to grasp, and it is a standard. How can I create a lesson plan dealing with common titles and have students identify the themes? Like different, Julia, do you mean, sorry, I'm trying to understand. Themes in literature. Okay, let's just, you know what? I'm just going to read this and try to see if I can make a gem out of it. Here we go. Let's make a new gem. Gems. Gem. Okay, and then we'll go to Gemini. Themes in literature is really hard for students to grasp, and it is one of the standards we have to follow as teachers, period. Could you help me please create a Gemini GEM that has a title that clearly explains what it does, comma, a description of what it can do, comma, and instructions for the GEM to go in and help students break down common literature titles and identify themes and ask really good questions for them and help break things down and make it super easy to follow and understand, comma. And you could even relate it to things and stories that they are probably more familiar with so they can relate it in their mind and learn, period. Can you help me create that, please? Julie, if I'm not doing that well, please let me know, or just make a copy and edit off where I screwed up. Lit lens, theme, literature, theme, and story deconstructor. I'm going to do that. I don't like the cute little names. I know the cute little names are great, but I'm not doing that. Literature, theme, and story deconstructor. We have our description. Helps students master complex literature by breaking down titles, uncovering hidden themes, and connecting classic stories and modern pop culture they already love. That's not bad. And then we'll copy that, toss it in, save, and then we're going to make it public. That's pretty much it, guys. This is what I do. This is what I do in my spare time is I make gems like this. This is the whole process. I think of an idea or I crowdsource on social media. Not crowd surf, which is also fun. Did that at a Trapped concert once in college. It was weird. You just like, they throw you and move you around. It's crazy. But I like to do it like this, and I'll go in and source different stuff and make resources for teachers and try to help solve some problems. What was this? Literature. What is it called? Literature something? Theme and story deconstructor. Theme and story deconstructor. Gemini, copy. I wanted to open a new link. It's so weird. They like made it so weird to make a copy. Like I should be able to just be like, click, make a copy. Okay, we'll save that. So if you want to try that out, Julia, if you want to try that out and see if you like it, literature. It's in the doc as well, if you prefer that. Cool. All right, that'd be great to add. That would be great to add in the announcements. I don't know what that was in reference to, Shirley. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Okay, cool. I've done this. The great way to help teachers, the next grade level, to inform them of students' strengths and weaknesses. Ooh, I kind of like this. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. First off, this bold is bothering me. I gotta fix that. Okay. So that sparked an idea for me, and I want to create a gem for it. So let's go here. I'm going to do a new chat. I want to create a Gemini gem that teachers, GEM, that's why I spell GEM, because it does that, can use at the end of each class. And so essentially a teacher could teach their subject and what they're trying to teach, but then they could drop into this GEM what they taught their students, and it would expand into something they'll learn next year or years later in other advanced classes or later progressions of the class. So it's almost like an extended learning of something they're going to touch on with future teachers in future classes. But you start with something they just learned in your class, period. With math, this is always the big thing for me. What about Canva with Gemini creations? Ooh, sorry, I'm going to get to that. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, Nicholas, I got you. I'm going to fix that right after this. Here we go. Please create a title that makes sense so people know what it's about, comma, a description, comma, and then all of the instructions I need. Okay. Future curriculum connector. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Future curriculum connector. We'll go ahead and do new gem. Okay, and then we got our description. Sneak peek, I like that. It's a good way to say it. Sneak peek in the future. And we're going to copy this and then that. Hit save. Share. Thank you, Julia. I appreciate that. Thanks for saying it was helpful. That's my thing, is like I want to make stuff that you actually use. So pretty much if you gave input, you got something out of it. So you got something made tailored to exactly what you wanted. And so again, I could probably do one or two more if anybody wants them. So just let me know. So I'm going to do Gemini. There we go. Boop. Copy, and then same thing here. New, and then boop, save. And then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to go here. EF. While you're doing your sign out stuff and getting your certificates, I'm going to put these in alphabetical order because it's bothering me now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, Nicholas, y'all told me this in the last training, and I have an email where somebody emailed me. I haven't had a chance to go in. You said the lesson gamifier copy. Let's see, lesson gamifier. Copy. Let me see if this is the right one. Okay, so that's lesson gamifier, but the copy one is wrong. So gems/copy. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, sometimes when I was like putting all these over, it got messed up. So lesson gamifier copy is now fixed. Apply. Let me fix that in the website as well. Okay, sweet. So that's fixed. And then Lauren said, wait, what about Canva with Gemini creations? What do you mean? Like, are you talking about like in Canva? Because in Canva, I know you can create stuff, but then also I think Canva can be connected through Gemini, right? Well, actually, no, Gemini wants to do, they wanted you to use Nano Banana or whatever, their image creator. Is that what you're talking about? If you could expound upon that, Lauren, I can maybe answer it, but if I'm not familiar. So thank you guys. Loved it all. Oh, I like this. Extension activities is our school's weakness. The gym will improve meeting the needs of higher performing students. Yeah. And that's the thing. There's some like extender, early finishers, things like that. Let me make sure. Okay. We have time. Let's do one more. Everybody, next person to give me one, we're going to make a gym. What can we create in the last few minutes? And then I'll give you guys 5 minutes to be able to fill out your certificate, get your certificates, and sign out. So don't leave yet. We still got 8 minutes, but I want to do one more gym. Next one to come through. I want to do one more with you guys. Come on. Show me what you got. Grading assistant. I love it. We're doing it. Okay, let's do. I want to create a Gemini GEM that is a grading assistant for teachers, period. I would like for you to take this where you think would be most helpful for the most teachers. And I don't know, you run with it. Use your infinite knowledge, Gemini, to come up with a great title, comma, description, comma, and instructions to where it's super easy to use, but also super helpful. The most helpful it can be for teachers. So sometimes when I don't have like clear like specifics on what I want, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to be like, yo, fam, help me figure this out. Help me figure this out. And what do I want? Okay. The goal isn't just to have the AI assign a grade. The real magic is generating formative feedback charts. So Compass grade, so grade and feedback partner, we're going to call it that. So go back. Okay, so grade and feedback partner. Oh, I'm going to go. I just try to get you got to get your flow right on your copy paste, or else you end up messing up like I did on that last one. Your rapid response teaching assistant. Upload or paste an assignment prompt, your rubric, and student work to generate personalized, growth-oriented feedback and clear rubric alignments in seconds. Sweet. We'll do it. Done. And then that's it. Go back. And then gem instructions. Done. Save. Share. Copy link. And then Gemini. Copy. Okay. Almost done. We'll put this in there, and then you guys can have that as well. All right. Grade and feedback partner. All right. We got it. We did it. We made a ton of gems. I made like 7 or 8 gems in this thing. Let's go. Okay, cool. Let me get y'all sign out stuff and you can fill it out and you guys are good. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this. Thank you for joining me. I know it's a long time to listen to one dude talk, but I really appreciate it. And I hope that you got if you got at least one thing out of this, I think that was a dub. I think that was a win because how many of y'all have done these things and not got anything? So let me know in the comments while I'm getting that sign out sheet for you guys. Let me know in the comments, at least if there's one thing you're going to take from today and use, either a knowledge, a tutorial, a program, or a gem. Let me know in the comments what you're going to use in the future. Throw that in there. And then I'll get that sign out page ready for you guys. All right, there is the sign out so that you can make sure you get credit for all this. You can get credit for everything. So I'm going to say in all caps, make sure you sign out and I'll email you a certificate. http/. I'll get the direct link. You ain't even got to go through my website, tarveracademy.com/done. All right. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I hope this was helpful. I hope you got at least one thing. Let me know in the comments what you got out of it. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Love it. Thank y'all so much. All right. I put in the link in the chat as well. If you don't want to scan it, if you don't want to type it in, boom. You can go ahead and just click that link. I'm glad you guys can use the gem. I really think And once you start, so use some of my gyms to play with, but then once you figure out like, oh, I'd love for this to do this or create this or make this, make your own gyms. Like we went through, I showed you the process of what I'm doing. And so hopefully you can start making your own and you can have it set. You can take that parent communication one and put your stuff in, put your info, put your classes, put, your school's policy, your handbook, and then it generates all of it from that. Okay. So hope that helps. Hope that helps. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you fill this out. You should get your certificate here in the next 10 minutes or less. If you fill out that evaluation, you will get it. If you don't fill out the eval, you will not get it. So make sure you fill that out. I've got the link in the chat. I've got a QR code on the screen, tarveracademy.com/done. And so you is done. You put in a full day, y'all. Y'all got so much learning done. I want to make sure you get your certificates. So please, please, please fill out that eval. That way you can get it. I'm going to send those through. I'm going to manually run it because AutoCrat's been sticking lately. So I'm going to run those. I'll run the first batch right now. If you're on it enough, there you go. I'll rock that thing right now for you. I'll rock that thing right now for you. So session check-in, you got those. Y'all in it. Y'all on it. Y'all killing it. Y'all doing great. Good job. Oh, also, if anybody wants to come to my, I'm doing a training in Bryant. I'm doing training in Siloam Springs. If any of y'all want to come, let me get the promo code. Make sure you go to the right one. It's next month. If you want to attend, it's y'all have a great summer. If you're getting out, great summer. Thank y'all. tarveracademy.com/shop. It's the AI Summit, and the promo code. I'll make one real quick. I think I have one. I can just give you. I think there's a couple left on it. First come, first serve. And you share with all your teacher BFFs. Bring your whole school. I don't care. At this point, if they ain't paid to come, they ain't going to pay to come. So let me get you guys that discount code. Discounts. Use promo code. Email fam. Email fam. So promo code. Email fam. If you want to go to, you're like, Tyler, I just heard all your Gemini stuff. Cool. You want to hear it again in person? Knock out 6 hours. Check your email. You're more than welcome to go to tarveracademy.com/shop. Put in the promo code email fam. You can go for free. It's Bryant, Siloam Springs. Thank you guys so much. Y'all be good. Stay sweet. If you have any issues, holler at your boy. Send me an email. Y'all be good. Later. Thank y'all. Bye.